Hi, my name is Steve Stine from GuitarZoom, and I want to show you a really cool trick to learning all of your chords in every key, even if you might not have all of your key signatures and things like that memorized. I've been using this trick for over 25 years with literally thousands of guitar students worldwide, and it works really well. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with your knowledge of visualization, which most guitar players have. You know, you learn how to play some chords and learn how to play some scales. And even though you might not know all of the theory behind them, a lot of times what happens is once you learn how to visualize them, you can begin to learn the theory. And so what I want to show you is kind of a backwards way of learning all of the chords for two reasons. Number one, you can use it right away in your actual playing, in your jamming with bands, you know, learning songs, whatever it might be. That's the first step. And the second step is that it kind of gives you a backwards answer to your theory when you don't know it, and you can memorize it that way. Okay, so let me show you an example. Let's take the scale, the major scale that a lot of people learn how to play. We're going to learn we're just going to do this scale right here. It's called a spread fingering, and it looks like this. Okay, so you can hear the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do right in there. So there's two steps that we need to do to be able to use this trick. Okay, the first thing is we have to know the notes on our sixth string. Okay, and we're going to provide a chart for you that has those notes on there just in case you don't know those. And if you don't, I would highly recommend that you learn them because it's really important for, you know, learning your bar chords and all sorts of different things, learning your scales. Obviously, like we're doing here. The second step is learning how to play the major scale, which is what I'm doing right now, is I'm playing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? And the nice thing about that is putting it in 3-note per string patterns like I'm doing right now makes it a little bit easier to visualize this trick that I'm going to show you, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 all over again. Okay? Now, if we wanted to be in the key of A, we would simply move to the 5th fret. We would do the exact same thing, obviously. Right? So just like our pentatonic scales and everything else, this major scale is movable wherever we want to go. So the next step I want you to do is I want you to memorize some basic chordal theory if you don't already know this. Okay? Number one, I want you to know, no matter what key you're in, if you're in a major key, that your 1, your 4, and your 5 chords for the rest of your life, your 1st and 4th and 5th chords are going to be major. Okay? So if you were in the key of G, your G, A, B, C, D, G, C, D are the major chords. And my theory teacher always used to tell me, count with your fingers. That's why God gave you fingers. So G, A, B, C, D, G, C, D, 1, 4, 5. Okay? If you were in the key of A, you'd have A, B, C, D, E, A, D, and E, 1, 4, 5. Okay? So your 1, 4, 5 is always major. Now, what does a 1, 4, 5 look like on the guitar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. And you've probably done that a million times, right, in playing songs, okay? But that's how it works. So if I want to be in the key of A, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. So those are going to be major. And of course, it's imperative that you know your bar chords at this point to be able to visualize this. It's much harder to do with open chords than it is with bar chords. So 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. And of course, the beauty of that is now, if you didn't know it before, no matter where you go on your 6th string, if you play this as a 1 chord, the 4 is underneath you, and the 5 is 2 frets higher. 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. The shape never changes. It's the same no matter what you do. So if you are in a major scale, or in a major key, I should say, your 1, 4, 5 is always major. Now, someday down the line, if you keep learning from me, you're going to learn that even when you're in minor keys, you're really in a major key anyway. So it really simplifies the whole logic of theory. But for now, let's just stay with understanding the major scale. Okay? So 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5. Well, that means that the 2, the 3, and the 6 in a major scale are minor chords. The 2, the 3, and the 6 in a major key or a major scale are minor chords. So again, I look at my scale here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 6. Those 3 chords are going to be minor. Pretty cool, huh? So 2, 3, and 6. So I've got 1, 4, 5, that's major, and 2, 3, and 6, that's minor. And I'm just visualizing the scale, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major, 5 is major, 6 is minor. And again, if you're in a major key, the 1, the 4, and the 5 is always major. The 2, the 3, the 6 is always minor. They just are. And again, people talk about modes and all these sorts of things. Modes are nothing but a major scale or a major key that we're talking about right now, but you're starting somewhere else. You're emphasizing somewhere else, and that's not what this video is about because I don't want to confuse you. Learn this step first, and then learning the modes and all that other stuff is actually a piece of cake. It's very, very, very easy to do. When I was in college, I was completely confused by all of this stuff because I didn't take things in a step-by-step format. I was just trying to learn all these things that people were telling me, and it was just crazy. I was completely confused going, what the heck is a mode? So the point of this isn't to talk about modes because we don't have that much time. Although the concept of the modes is not far behind what you're learning right now, okay? So let's understand what our goal is. Our goal is to take a major scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and learn to visualize it on the fretboard and then apply all the chords that are necessary to that. And then we can move it to any key we want. So I'm right now in the key of G is what I'm doing, but I can move it anywhere. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major, 5 is major, 6 is minor. So I want to be able to look down now and visualize those 6 chords. 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major, 5 is major, and 6 is minor. Pretty cool, huh? So now I can see this and go, okay, so I'm learning a song and it's using a 1, 5, 6, 4 or something. So I'm going 1, 5, 6, 4. Then it goes to the 2, to the 3, to the 4, to the 5, and then I'm going to play this with my band, and they go, oh, whoa, 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 that's way too low for the singer. Okay, well, let's move it to the key of B then. I'm going to go up to the 7th fret and do the exact same thing. 1, 5, 6, 4, 2, 3, 4. See what I'm saying? I could move it to any key and do the exact same thing because I can visually see the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 6 chords laid out on my fretboard. And this was my point when you first started watching this video. Even if you didn't know your key signatures, even if you didn't know all of your scales perfectly in your mind, you could still play them, and then backwards, you could learn these. So let's say, for instance, we chose a key like the key of F sharp. Right? Maybe you don't play in the key of F sharp very often, or maybe you don't think about the theory of F sharp very often, right? The beauty is with the guitar is you just go to F sharp, which is at the 2nd fret, and you play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There they are. 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major, 5 is major, 6 is minor. Okay? So I can move it in any key. So transposition becomes a breeze, right? So now I can play in all 12 of my keys. I can play the 6 chords, 1, 4, 5 being major, 2, 3, 6 being minor. Well, what about that pesky 7 chord? Well, the 7 chord in a major key is diminished. We don't use it that often, and when we do use it, we usually use it incorrectly in pop music or rock music. We just do. We don't really use it in its proper form. But if we wanted to do it, watch this. I'm going to go back to the key of G. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I was playing 7 right here. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to put it on the 5th string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so it's easier for me to visualize. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a whole step higher. Okay, and then I play my diminished chord. right there. So the diminished chord, if you haven't played a diminished chord before, diminished chord in the key of G, I'm going G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. So I'm going up to F sharp here. I'm going to play that with my first finger on the 9th fret of the 5th string. Then I'm going to put my ring finger on the 10th fret of the 4th string. Okay. Then I'm going to put my middle finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. And then I'm going to put my pinky on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. And there's my diminished chord right there. So you can do that same thing, obviously, in any other key by simply shifting it where you want to be. If you want to be in the key of F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's your diminished chord. Pretty cool, huh? So now you've got 1 in the key of F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 diminished. So again, you could play the 7 chords possibly before you even knew what they were. But the point is, this is what I used to do in college, was it gave me the right answer. So if I was in a key that I didn't really know up here, I could visualize in my head my fretboard and I could go, okay, so it's F major, G minor, A minor, B flat major, C major, D minor, and E diminished. Boom. I could visualize it in my head and come up with the right answers. So again, you're using backwards theory to get to the correct answer, okay? Or you're using it for transposition, or you're using it for visualization, or ear training, or learning songs. I mean, there's a million different things that you could do with this idea. It's awesome. So I want you to take a look at that and practice that, see if that helps you on your way. If you have any questions at all about this stuff, make sure that you visit our Guitar Zoom community page on Facebook. It's an awesome place for people to talk. I go on there all the time and answer questions and go back and forth with other students worldwide. It's a really positive and constructive environment to learn from. And so check that out. If you have any interest in some courses, you can always check us out at guitar-zoom.com and look for something that fits your needs. And I will speak to you soon. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and welcome to the Guitar Zoom family.